Hello everyone. So let me get comfortable here as I pull up. Here's the fun part. Today we're doing narration. So I want to thank everybody who has liked, subscribed, commented. I do try to read everything. I try to at least like everything that I see. I do try to comment back when I can, if there is something to comment back. I do appreciate each and every one of you. Just want you to know that. So this is going to be kind of a narration reading. So I've pulled a single card here, the Fool, using my cute ghost deck from Etsy. And I do have a few oracle cards. So what I'm going to do is I pulled this card. I'm going to try to read a little bit from it. Then what I'm going to do is flip the deck over to the other side. And then we're going to just start reading from the cards on the bottom. So with that in mind, please take what resonates and leave the rest. And please continue to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if there's a question you have or a spread you want to see, anything. You know, if you have suggestions, I am open. I know a lot of people aren't. Some people do, some people don't, but I'm open. I love to challenge myself. I love to be challenged. And I do try new things on this channel. So by all means, please speak up. Let me know what you're thinking and feeling. And, you know, let me know how you're doing. If this situation ends up being yours, I want to hear about it. Okay, and on we go. So, I pulled the Fool for this card for narration. And so with the Fool, there's been a big change. There's been a huge change in somebody's life, and, you know, this could go a lot of different ways. There's a lot of you listening, so each situation is different for everyone. Some of you may be starting a new job. Some of you may be moving to a new place, a new house, a new location. Some of you may be walking into a new relationship right now. It could be just taking that next big step, whatever it is. The Fool is always about starting the journey. And the Fool's journey, I mean, it's a concept that's everywhere. I mean, we see it in video games and things like that where, you know, you get to play the hero and you get to play out the storyline, and there's always side quests and all kinds of things to do. This is the same thing, but life. And we do this in life. Maybe we have a main goal. You know, we have hopes and dreams, wishes, goals that we want to achieve. But sometimes we get sidetracked by relationships, friendships, family issues. We get sidetracked by jobs that maybe aren't good for us, but everything is a lesson. It's all learning and lessons, and we grow in knowledge and wisdom until we find our way into where we're supposed to be with who we're supposed to be. So with that in mind, we have the Fool. So some of you, there's been a change in your life and you're starting something new. This Fool is a little bit different than the other ones that you've seen in other cards, just because he's going backwards. He's already off the cliff, you know, and the dog can't go with him, but he looks like he's coming back in a way. So what I want to say is, what you can't see here is that this is the other side. You know how when you used to play Mario Brothers, and Mario Brother would have to jump over those gaps, otherwise, you know, you'd fall to your death and you'd have that noise it makes when you die. Yeah. In this case, he's floating in on a cloud. And if you want to think of the clouds, you know, when you see a cloud in the Rider-Waite deck, the classic traditional deck, you know, for comparison, you know, this is the original Fool right here. He's walking off the cliff. I mean, they're going the same direction, but it's a different cliff. My thing is he's already left the cliff here. He left the cliff, which is out of sight, and he's coming to this one. But he's being greeted by his companion here. So some of you are going to be meeting new people along the way. You're coming to meet a new person, whether that maybe you're reuniting with someone, or it's a new union of sorts, a new friend, a new lover, a new coworker, and it's all going to be new depending on your situation. So I see him coming over and he's bringing a rose. So, you know, this is a very positive new beginning for most of you. You don't know what to expect. You know, when you're stepping off that cliff, you're just like, oh man, I'm so nervous. I've got to hop from this cliff that we can't see outside the picture to this cliff. And we're jumping over to it. The ghost doesn't have to worry about it here. He's floating over on a cloud. And the clouds that are in the natural, like the Rider-Waite deck, you know, and I'm just going to point this out. So, and this is this has nothing to do with the reading, but I just want to point out, when we see spirit, spirit is represented by a cloud. And I just point that out because I want to say that this ghost is literally riding on spirit. Spirit is giving him a ride over from one cliff to the other. So he's got that faith, like good things are going to come, he's going to work out. And even though he doesn't know what's going to happen, and it can be nerve-wracking, the unknown, he's trusting his faith to take that leap. And here he goes. He leapt and the cloud is carrying him over where he doesn't have to worry about falling. And maybe there isn't a big drop there. Who knows? Maybe it's just hopping over a crack, maybe it's just a creek or an indentation and he just has to hop over it, But the ghost is being carried over by spirit, and he's coming over with a rose. So he's got good intentions coming over, that this is a new start, a new beginning. It's going to be fresh scenery. It's like a change of pace, a change of scenery, a change of people. You're going to be showing up new, so something new every day, and you don't know what to expect, but you're excited at the aspect of it. And you're going to make friends. I mean, the little dog's waiting on him, so there are friendships to be made here. Friendships, relationships of any kind that will be made on this journey, so you will not be walking alone. And, you come peacefully, you come with love. So it's going to be this beautiful beginning. And I love that the sun is shining on it. So, right now you're excited and you're happy and it's kind of outweighing that nervousness that you get, that you're worried about, like, the what ifs aren't bothering you right now because you're more excited. That I think that you're trusting your intuition that this is going to be a really good thing. And so I just see nothing but good here. The fool isn't really being foolish. The fool is trusting in the path that's ahead of them and just going for it. So congrats for you. It's a new year. It's a time of new beginning. So you are going for it. You're going to get it done, whatever it is. It's going to be an exciting year for you. There's going to be lots along the way. I can't promise it's all going to be, perfect because the road is bumpy. And even though the sun is out and there's some clouds, like who knows, a storm could come up, but you know what? Every storm passes. So whatever comes your way on this journey, it's going to be good things. And you are more than capable of handling any of the storms that come along and block your path. You can overcome any obstacles. If you have to go over that hill or go around some boulders, whatever you have to do, you will find the way. Where there's a will, there's a way, and you lot that are watching are strong people. You're strong and you're determined, you're motivated. I like it. You're very inspired and you're going for it. So, with me just talking just about the Fool card. So, here's this big new journey. Let's see if we can learn more about it. So, I'm going to flip this over. What do we have on the other side? Oh, Queen of Blades. All right. So, with the Fool, you're starting this new journey, and as you come over to this side and you start walking this new path at this new place with new people, you're very much a little bit in your head about it, but look at that. The cloud is carrying her too. So you are trusting in it, and you have a lot of clarity of mind right now. You're very confident in what you're doing. I think you're finally doing something that you're passionate about, that you really want to be doing. But I also feel like you have no qualms right now about speaking your mind, about speaking your truth. You're determined to assert yourself in a very tactful way, of course. And so you know that, if something needs to be said, you're going to say it. The Queen of Swords is, she can be cutthroat. She can be, it's a double-edged sword. So, in one hand, like, she can speak her truth. Another, she can cut you down real quick. So, you guys are not going to mince words. Like, if something goes down, you're going to be sure to speak on it one way. You're very opinionated. And just make sure that when you are opinionated, try your best to be tactful about it. You don't want to offend anybody, and you sure as heck don't want to mess anything up. If this is like a new job, new relationship, you want to be careful with your words, because your words do hurt. That sword is very sharp, and words can be just as sharp. And you don't want to end up hurting anybody over things that go down. You just want to make sure that you communicate openly and honestly. Just be assertive like the Queen of Blades and communicate to the best of your ability, and you should be fine. The next card we have is Eight of Cups. Okay, now we're walking away. Interesting. So this is relying more on emotions. We've got the water here, the cups, emotions. The moon is a crescent. We're now at nighttime, so there's going to be some ups and downs on this journey that you go on, and there's going to be times when you are emotional about certain things. Now, a lot of you are starting something new, and some of you may be experimenting. When I say experimenting, you could be trying to invent something. It could be entrepreneurship. You could be trying to open a business with somebody. At the time, it sounds like a great idea and you're having a good time with it, but you've got to watch out for those little things. Not communicating well is going to be a problem. So, and if you don't communicate well, there's going to be some resentment. And so the Eight of Cups can speak of things, you might need to walk away from certain people or places or things that you thought might be good for you, but they aren't. With any new journey, you're going to come across people, places, things that you think are good for you, but the things that aren't working for you, you need to shed those. And the people who may not have your best interest, you might want to just kind of let them fall away and leave without them. You don't need them. Not everybody is going to be good for you. You're going to meet a lot of great people, but you're going to know who to keep by your side and who to cut. It's like, who's going to make the team? Well, not that guy, not that person, not her. You're going to know. Trust your instincts with that. Trust that intuition. That's exactly what this moon says. Like, you trust it, but there's like part of it missing. It's not a full moon, so you're not fully trusting your intuition. You trust it to a degree, but then you kind of second guess yourself. But so just make sure that if you do need to walk away or separate yourself from something, that you're doing it, that it's in your best interest and it's the right decision to make. And you will know that if you trust your intuition. And you will feel good about it. You will not miss it. You won't miss anything. You'll walk away going, yeah, I made the right decision there, and I don't miss that person. I don't miss that place. And this could be something that you are moving away from in the beginning anyways while you're on your journey. Could be that somebody or something comes back. This could be somebody coming back into your life from what you just came from. And if you're trying to start this new journey, you're like, no, I don't have room for you don't have room for whatever this is in your new journey either. So let's look at it that way too, because I can kind of see for some of you, it would not surprise me if you tried to walk away from like an old job or maybe some friends that weren't good for you, maybe bad influence, whatever. And then they come around again going, hey, where'd you go? Like, you should hang out with it. And you're like, oh, I don't have time. Like, I don't have time. Sorry, guys. Like, just start distancing yourself. And if you have to, pull that double-edged sword out and cut them down. I'm not saying be rude, but it's like, I'm moving on to other things and I just don't really have time. And, I don't really agree with you on this and that. You don't want to start a war, but sometimes honesty is needed, even if it's harsh. But again, tact is everything. So if you say your truth, you speak your truth the best way you know how and as tactful and friendly as you can be, even if it's not what people want to hear, hopefully they can respect that enough to leave you alone. So we go to that one. So, you're on your path, you're speaking your mind, you're trying not to let anything come back. You're not going to get involved with anyone or anything that's not for your most highest good here. And then we have the Lovers. I love this. Oh, look at that, the Lovers. Now, this could be all about loving yourself. For some of you, maybe you've left a relationship and they tried to come back and you're like, nope, you're now asserting yourself. You're speaking your mind with the Swords, the Queen of Blades, but over here with the Lovers, you're learning to love yourself and spend time with yourself, and you are loving your new independence, your freedom. Your alone time means everything to you, because if you were in a relationship, you're just like, now I have breathing room. I can do what I want. I can go home, I can cook dinner, I can binge watch a whole show if I want with my cat, and then, I can shower and go to bed. I don't need any of this shit. So, I don't have a person telling me what to do. And that's nice. That's nice. Value yourself, love yourself, and your independency. And for some of you, while some of this is loving yourself, that should go for everybody. But there is probably a few of you that may have met somebody. And I feel like if you're walking into a new relationship, it's just telling you, again, if we're referring back, it's telling you to assert yourself, communicate well. Don't let anybody come back into your life, or don't let those same things, emotional issues that you had in a failed relationship come back, because you don't want to fail another one. You want to learn from each relationship before you go into another one. And in your new one, you want to make sure that you're trying to make the right choices and you're trying to be healthy. And with this, the Lovers is saying, some of you could be really, you met someone that's like, is going to be a powerful love connection for you. Like, you guys are going to become the lovers. So I think that's a really beautiful thing. And then we have the Two of Sticks on the bottom, the Two of Wands, and he's looking like, oh, maybe I need to go somewhere. Maybe I need to do something. True. True. And he's, some of you could be traveling, or maybe you get with that lover, you decide to take that vacation. You're deciding where you want to go, because maybe you don't want to stay in the United States. Maybe you want to go to the Bahamas, or, maybe you want to go to an African safari. Who knows? But, he's making his decision here, sitting here deciding what to do. He's planning. So, it's kind of like, now you can plan stuff, because now you're on this better path. You're doing what you want to do. You're happy. You're content. You've met somebody, or you're happy with yourself, either way, and you decide, maybe I want to take that singles cruise, or maybe you want to take your lover on a cruise. Either one. But it looks like you're going to be traveling. And let me just move this. I don't have to go across. I may just go back and forth. But then we have the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is, again, warning you, like, it doesn't have to be a warning, but, don't hold stuff in. If you need to assert yourself. But also the High Priestess represents that intuition, and we're back with that crescent moon. And we have it in 3 different ways here. Besides, it looks like a full moon in between there. Trust your intuition. Some of you know that good things are coming, and you're going to be able to decide for yourself when you come across these situations that you end up in with people and places and things. You're going to decide at that moment, like, oh, this isn't good for me. I don't want this. And you're going to make a choice to back out of whatever it is, or you're going to make a choice to go forward. Your intuition, you trust it, you go with what your gut tells you. Had to get a drink, sorry. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. We talked about these being kind of like messengers, or like gophers, like maybe they're running, maybe someone wants to tell you something. This could be a sign, like if you did meet somebody, you may, for those of you that met somebody, this might be a sign of, like, oh, I like them enough. You're dating someone and you really want it to be exclusive. You want them to be your significant other. So, like, you're ready for that relationship. So this might be, you're going to see these signs that, the flowers are coming up, the sun is shining, birds, like, you're noticing all this stuff. I want to say the word is Twitter-pated from the movie Bambi. You guys know what I'm talking about, I hope. But you're going to get all Twitter-pated over somebody, I think. For those of you that are with this person, like, you're ready to be in a relationship with them. You're going to feel it really quickly. Just make sure that it's right for both of you. You should have a conversation on it and decide together. If you decide together and you're on the same page, great. If you're not ready, you need to make sure it's known. Like, I want to keep dating a little bit longer. Just be honest. If you are single and you're loving yourself, then I see the Page of Coins as being a new opportunity for you. This could be the new, some of you walking into a new job. Like, you're loving yourself, you're going along, and boom, you finally got this new job. This might be for some of you that, what was the word? What was the word I used? Entrepreneurship. Like, if you're trying to start a business, I kind of picked up that this might be your opportunity to start that business, to network. Because once you start the business, you're going to want to grow it. Your intuition is going to tell you, like, okay, there's some things you need to do here. You can't just start a business and expect it to be exciting. You need to advertise. You need to network with other people. You need to grow and sometimes put out coupons or discounts or whatever. It depends on what you're doing. You could be inventing something. So, this could be a very creative thing. But this is like a period of growth for you. And that's kind of what I see with the flowers and the sun and the green grass. Like, it just seems like nature's coming to life, and I just see a lot of growth. And this could be your abundance coming in with that. So your business could be growing about this time. Whatever it is that you're doing, you're growing and you're learning, and it's becoming more successful. And then we have the devil card. Okay, well, beware of that. Not a bad thing, but the devil's just being aware of, like, you know, getting too involved. Don't get too in your head about things. You know, that goes either way. Like, not believing in yourself enough could cause you to fail at whatever this new path is for you. Like, if you're too much in your head, not self-doubting and things like that, that can affect your business. That can affect your relationships. You know, it can affect whatever it is you're trying to accomplish right now. So you need to have confidence. But also the other hand on that is not to be too cocky. You're like, oh yeah, I'm successful, I'm doing that. And then something happens, you know, you get into it with a customer, and next thing you know, you've got bad reviews and everybody's like leaving you. So you don't want that either. You've got to play it cool-headed, you know, just calm, collected, balanced. You know, be smart about it, about what you're doing with your relationships, with your jobs and things like that. So, you know, the devil can be about being super passionate, but getting a little bit obsessive, you know. You could be too into it. So you might want to just scale it back a little bit, and don't become a workaholic either. For those of you trying to do a passion project or trying to start a business, don't become a workaholic. You're going to have to put a lot of, you know, blood, sweat, and tears into it, but at the same time, you've got to make sure that you take time for your self-care to love yourself here too. You got to take time, like, come home, make sure you relax, and, you know, you have a weekend where you can relax and binge watch on TV and cook whatever food you want to cook. You know, make sure you shower, like, go get that massage if you want a massage, like, and if you need to sleep in, allow yourself to rest. Rest is going to be very important for you, because you don't want to drag yourself to where you've got dark circles under your eyes like me and you don't sleep very well. So just beware of that. Ooh, and then we have the Empress. This is coming into loving, nurturing energy, but this is coming into new ideas. I mean, the Empress is a very smart person. She's got lots of new ideas. For those of you that are, like, you're going to be full of creativity, new ideas, and you're going to want to execute some of these ideas as well. You're going to be like, hey, you know, what if I came up with this? It's a great idea. It could be a good invention, or maybe it's something for your business, you know, or, you know, it could be as simple as the Empress. For some of you, if you're in a relationship, you met this person, you want a relationship, guess what? You could be pregnant. You know, not saying that that's always the case with the Empress. She births new ideas too, but be aware of that. Like, use protection. Sorry. I mean, if you're not ready for a kid, just be aware you could have one. I mean, some people get so into somebody and you're just having so much, you know, fun, and you're happy together. And, like, if you're planning for a child, that's good for you. The chances are, you know, you're going to make it happen if you're trying for it. But if you're not, just be aware of that, because that could kind of put a kink in your plans. It doesn't necessarily have to ruin any relationship that you have, though. There's a chance, like, it could be a very beautiful thing and it could be meant to be. But so just, you know, it's up to you. You and your father, mother, whoever it's going to be, if you end up, you know, becoming a parents, well, you've got choices. You do have choices, and that's something that you guys should discuss together. And that's up to you. And if you do, then you can also discuss, like, well, you know, let's do this. Let's move in together. Let's do whatever. But please be on the same page of what you want to do and be smart about it. But the Empress can be that. It could be some of you might be having kids, who knows, but some of you might just be having these brilliant ideas. You know, you could be the next as seen on TV item or something. I feel like there's some inventors in here. People are wanting to create, to make something that people want to buy. And I just feel like you guys have a lot of great ideas. I mean, it could be something simple, more simple than that, but the Empress represents a lot. And so with that, then we have the Star, and the Star is hope. So, you know, well, if the Star can represent hope, it can represent healing, it could represent divine timing and wish fulfillment. So if you are hoping to, you know, be in a relationship, get pregnant and all of that, well, you know, if you're both hoping for that and on the same page, well, congrats. I mean, you're going to fulfill that wish one way or another. If you're loving yourself and you're doing really great and this new job opportunity comes up or whatever it may be, congrats, that's a wish fulfillment too. Like it's everything, maybe the divine timing is opening these doors to opportunity to you, and there you have it. And you're getting it. That's great. And then next we have the Two of Coins. And so the Two of Coins is a lot of, you know, the water's topsy-turvy in the background of this. So someone's feeling emotional at this point. You might be feeling a little overwhelmed, like you're juggling too much, but that's okay. I mean, sometimes we get that way. We're trying to juggle, you know, a full-time job and a relationship and getting our personal space and all these things that we need to do for friends, for family, for ourselves. Make sure that you're balanced with that, and make sure you make time for yourself. It's just another reminder to do that. Try not to juggle more than that, because you don't want to get overwhelmed. Keep it balanced. That's the important thing about the Two of Coins. Then we have the Hanged Man, the Hanged One, it says, and that's more about finding a new perspective. Some of you might be feeling a little bit emotional, but maybe you feel like you're not that emotional. It could be that you're wondering, is this how I'm supposed to feel when I'm at a good job or in this new relationship, or if I'm not. And sometimes it's just a matter of figuring things out. You're kind of stuck, and whatever the situation ends up being, you're going to be stuck in it. You know, it may require a decision. That's going to be the important thing. You might have to just be waiting to make a decision on something in your life. I mean, it could be something as big as like, oh, we got to make a decision on the fact that, oh, maybe we ended up pregnant and we didn't mean to this early on in the relationship. Oops, you got to make a decision whether to, you know, if you're going to keep that or not. And then you have to make the relationship. Like, is that, then you're worried. Maybe you're stuck on worrying whether it's going to work out. Same thing could be for the job situation. You know, you might be worrying like, oh, did I make a mistake by coming on this new job? I don't think so. But you're going to have those thoughts. You're going to have those worries and stuff, especially if you have anxiety or things like that. It's just going to pop into your head. And the thing is, find your perspective and, you know, just keep doing what you're doing. And I think that the universe is going to show you. You're going to get these signs, or someone's going to be like, you're doing a great job. We're so lucky we have you. And you're going to feel really good. You're going to feel accomplished when you go home at the end of the day. It's great. And there, 9 of Coins. Here's the abundance coming in for you. Oh, yeah. Nothing says independent and free and everything. This is from a single people. You know, you're raking in the dough and doing a good job, and you're able to do whatever you want because you're providing for yourself, and that's great. And if you're in a relationship, then you're able to provide for someone else as well. Not that you have to, but it makes you feel good that you're like, hey, let's go out to dinner, my treat, you know, and you can do that. And then we have the Queen of Cups, and so there's a lot of love coming into this. Like I said, blood, sweat, and tears, didn't I not? Kind of what it reminds me of. You're putting a lot of effort and a lot of love into your passions, whether this be, you know, a relationship or the new job or a project or invention or whatever it is. It is a passion project for you for sure, or a relationship that's very passionate. And you're definitely putting the effort in, so good for you. That effort is going to pay off. I promise you, it will pay off. So, I think I want to end it there. I don't have to go through the whole deck. You would never do, but sometimes you just feel like that's it. You're putting a lot in here, and now you're successful. It's paying off, and you're loving it. You're loving yourself. You're loving your life. You're content. It's a beautiful place to be. And right there is where I would like to read these oracle cards for you. So 1, say connect to heart. This is about, connecting to that heart space, putting that love out there, just like the Queen of Cups. It's passionate, you know, and like the Devil card, you're like, don't get obsessive, be passionate, but don't get obsessive. Make sure you scale back and take care of yourself. Moonology cards, your hard work is paying off. I just said that. New moon in Capricorn. So with the Queen of Cups, like you are putting in so much that it is paying off. It will pay off. And whatever this endeavor is that you're doing, you're loving it. You're loving your life right now. Your relationship is going well. Your job's going well. Your home life is stable. Beautiful. And then we have Guardian Angel. So You're definitely being looked at. You know, God's source, creator, Mother Earth, whatever it is that you feel you want to call it. That's up to you. Much respect to anybody who has anything different. But the guardian angels are watching over you. You are safe. You are protected. You know, things are going really well. You are being guided down this path on a reason, you know, for a reason, and it's working out. So trust in it. Have faith. You know, intuition, guys. Always intuition. And then we have brown. Your color is brown. Number 12, establish boundaries. Yeah, you're on this new path. You're going to come across people like that 8 of Cups that we saw early on. If anybody tries to come back in, no, establish those boundaries and keep those people out. I don't care if it's friends, family, or if it's an ex, whatever it is, even if it's somebody new and you're trying to get to know each other. It's good to establish boundaries on things. So, because some people just take things too far, and sometimes people intentionally do it and sometimes they don't. So it's good to be like, okay, hey, this is my time. Like, okay, don't text me when I'm at work because I'll get in trouble. I can't answer my phone. So I, you know, tell the person, I can't answer my phone. So I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you. I'm just busy working, and they have strict rules. So I will text you on my lunch break, or, you know, before and during lunch break and after, or however, because you know you want to talk to somebody really bad, but and that's just an example of like setting a boundary. You know, and brown, you know, it's brown. It's very earthy. It's telling you to stay grounded. And I love that there's a leaf coming out, because whatever this is, it's blooming. It's blossoming. It's growing. You're growing something beautiful here, and it's lush and it's green. It's healthy, so keep it that way. 12 reduces to 3. 3 is about collaboration and celebration. Excuse me. I had to cough. Third party sometimes, but I don't see that here. I think that you might be collaborating with others, especially, like I said, you might be trying to start a business with somebody. Or it could be more about collaborating or partnership with, you're coming into a new partnership with somebody. And you got to learn all those new things, likes, dislikes, you know, learn to get along, and like learning to ask for directions or putting together furniture or shopping together. Like, when it's somebody new, you got to see, you know, how do they handle things, because everybody does things differently. So just go with it. You can wear brown, or you can find brown crystals or jewelry, whatever it is that you want, if you want this color to kind of be a reminder of that. I don't know many people that want to wear brown, but, you know, be my guest if you want. I would rather just carry brown crystals in my pocket. I mean, I think of something like tiger's eye or something like that. I don't know. That could be considered a different color, but I think it's a little bit brown. But that's for focus. So if you need the focus, carry it. And I had to add a little humor in here. So Inner Effing Peace deck says, to chill, try an ice cube. To become more fluid, add wine. So, you know what? Sit back, relax. Remember that self-love, self-care. Yeah, at the end of the day, you've worked hard. You deserve it. Sit back with a glass of wine and enjoy it. Or whatever beverage you choose. You know, anything you want. All right, I hope this was helpful, guys.